My child, I know you think some things just happened. You call them coincidence. You call them luck. You call them timing. But Jesus says, that was me. You didn't notice it at the time. You were too busy surviving. Too busy hurting. Too busy questioning. But I was there. Guiding without noise. Protecting without announcement. Leading without force. Because not all of God's work is loud. Some of His greatest work happens quietly, in the stillness, where only a heart that is listening can perceive it. It's the gentle whisper in a world full of noise. My child, think back for a moment, that door that suddenly closed, leaving you confused and disappointed, that one conversation that seemed to change everything, shifting your entire perspective, that delay that frustrated you, making you feel like you were falling behind, that unexpected meeting with someone who said just what you needed to hear, that moment you almost gave up but a flicker of hope, a sudden strength, kept you going. You thought it was all random, a series of fortunate or unfortunate events. But Jesus says, I was steering you. I was the unseen hand behind the scenes, orchestrating a plan far greater than you could imagine. You prayed for clarity, hoping for a detailed map of your future. But instead, I gave you direction for the next step. You prayed for all the answers at once, but I gave you the courage to move forward without them. Why? Because if I showed you everything at once, the path ahead, the trials and the triumphs, you would be overwhelmed. Your human heart is not designed to carry the weight of a lifetime in a single moment. So I guided you gently. Like a shepherd leads his sheep not by shouting commands from afar, but by walking ahead, creating a safe path for them to follow. His presence is the promise. His guidance is the way. I know some of you are angry with God. You feel let down because you wanted certainty. You wanted signs written in the sky, a booming voice from the heavens. You wanted loud confirmation, an undeniable guarantee that you were on the right path. You wanted control over your destiny. But Jesus says, faith grows best in trust, not in control. True faith is not about knowing every outcome. It's about trusting the one who holds every outcome in his hands. That's why I didn't force you. I nudged you. I placed a deep, unexplainable peace in your heart when all logic screamed no. I removed that peace when something looked perfect on the surface, but wasn't right for your soul. I delayed you when moving too fast would have led you into harm's way. And through it all, you thought I was silent. You thought your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling. But I was speaking in ways you didn't recognize yet. I was speaking through circumstances, through other people, and through the quiet stirrings of your own spirit. My child, do you remember that time you wanted something so badly, a job, a relationship, an opportunity, and you didn't get it? You cried. You questioned me. You felt abandoned and thought I had ignored your deepest desires. But look at your life now. Look back from where you stand today. What did that no protect you from? What hidden pain did it spare you? What better future did that closed door redirect you toward? Jesus says, my no was mercy, my rejection was your protection. Some blessings look good in the moment, but have the power to destroy you in the long run. They are Trojan horses, beautiful on the outside, but filled with danger. So I blocked them. Not because I don't love you, but because I love you too deeply to give you something that would ultimately break you. My love is a protective love, a love that sees the end from the beginning. I know some of you are still confused. You say, Jesus, if you were guiding me, why did I still struggle so much? Why was the path so hard, my child? Guidance does not remove hardship. It removes destruction. I never promised a life without storms, but I promised to be your anchor in the storm. You still faced the waves, but you survived. You did not sink. You still felt the pain, but you grew stronger through it. You still cried, but you didn't break completely. That was my hand. Unseen, but steady, holding you together when you felt like falling apart. That was my grace. Sufficient for you in your moment of weakness. Some of you are only alive today because God redirected you quietly. You didn't even know it. You took a different route home one day. You changed your mind at the last minute about a trip. You delayed a decision for reasons you couldn't explain. And you thought nothing of it. But heaven knew. Heaven knew the danger that was averted, the accident that was avoided, the tragedy that was prevented. My child, not everything God does will make sense immediately. His ways are not your ways. But later, looking back from a place of safety and wisdom, you will see it. You will say, "That was God." You will see how every single delay, every redirection, every frustrating interruption was forming a bigger, more beautiful picture. A safer picture. A holier picture. A picture that leads you closer to me. Jesus says, "I was arranging your steps, even when you felt utterly lost. Even when you stumbled and made mistakes. Even when you doubted me and tried to take control. My guidance is stronger than your confusion. My plan is greater than your missteps." Perhaps you feel like you missed God's will. You think one wrong decision has ruined everything, that you've strayed too far off the path to ever find your way back. But listen to this truth. Jesus says, "My grace is greater than one choice. My power to redeem is bigger than your biggest mistake. I can redirect anyone who has a willing heart. I can restore the time the locusts have eaten. I can redeem your wrong turns and bring profound beauty from your confusion. You are not off course. You are being led. Even now, in this very moment. So trust the quiet moments. Trust the pauses and the periods of waiting. Trust the closed doors that don't make sense. Trust the gentle peace that defies logic. Because my hand is still on your life. Even when you don't see it. Even when you don't feel it. Even when you don't understand it. The Creator of the universe is intimately involved in the details of your life. Remember this. Jesus says, "That wasn't coincidence. That was me." Amen.